Snoop recently said on a podcast interview that he got 1 billion streams this year, and his payout wasn't even $45,000.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts in general on Spotify streaming, the payout versus the number of streams? Where does Lonzo stand on that?
It's all pimping, man. It's all pimping. Understand this. When you are the source of entertainment and you making minimum dollars, making minimum money, it's pimping. Bottom line. And technology has allowed the pimp game to flourish in more ways than one. I mean, you got video pimping, you got audio pimping. I mean, how many streams we get, and we might get a couple $100. Okay, you got to get $1 million to get a decent check. You got to go to 1 million streams to get a decent check. You know, you and me both have talked about this off camera. How one time, we was doing pretty good. All of a sudden, we had a policy change, and now we get reduced. But you're still getting the money from the advertisers, and and again, because you're working with folks in most cases that are high ego driven, just to have something on a channel is an ego boost, whether it's good or not. But again, it's still content, and the way the algorithms work and when things are connected. If you had to have a person, a real program director, come in and program some of these songs, a lot of them wouldn't get played, man. A lot of them wouldn't get played. You only got so much time in the day, so many different ways, so much time in the day, so many spins per record. To have 1 billion spins, if that was on celestial radio,
It's a lot of spins.
if that was on celestial radio, that'd have been probably about $500,000 or more. 1 billion spins on regular BMI check before regular radio. First of all, you can't get 1 billion spins on regular radio. Well, Snoop probably could. He got so much product. All his product to get collectively, that's probably what he's talking about. All this, everything together, he might have reached 1 billion spins. But again, $45,000. But look at the subscription fees and the advertising that came with that. That's a drop in the fucking bucket, man. I remember when I started getting opt-in letters from Harry Fox and other agencies to put my music on different platforms. I didn't think much about it because it was new. Okay, Spotify. Okay, this one, that one, this one, and I had been on there for quite some time, and they sent me an email that didn't have my bank account number. And I'd been on there for like 4 or 5 years and never received any money. And I finally got my first deposit from streaming platforms. Was like $1,500. Okay, I do that. BMI, my BMI checks are more than that for a quarter. Every 3 months, BMI ASCAP payout. I get more than that for less airplays on celestial radio in a quarter than I did 5 years for being on the streaming platforms.
Wow.
My man Willie Mo say they cash you out in pesos. That's what it feels like, Willie Mo. They pay out in pesos. Yeah. So you think you're doing some major shit, man, and you just you getting a lot of airplay. And remember even when Robin Thicke got sued by Marvin Gaye's family, he had like, I don't know, all these spins. It was only like a few hundred dollars, man. It wasn't even a lot of money. They sued. He was like $1,200 or something like that. It was like, damn, are you serious? That's when it started to sting. You may tell me I got a hit record, getting millions of plays. I only got how much money? So yeah, I think I downloaded it. It was on Facebook one day or Instagram. I'm not sure how many spins you have to get a penny. Some of them have as many as 100 spins to get a penny. 100 spins to get a penny. Okay? The lowest, I think, might have been 79. I think that was Tidal. That for 79 spins, you might get a penny. How much of a hit record you got to have to get any real money, some life altering money? And I swear to God, you got to get a whole bunch of money to be having to have the phone, the phone, or the dollar phone. I don't know where it comes from, dude. I swear I don't.
It's a cold game. You know what? I had a question while you were talking. This is for me and my nerd self here, but 50-year anniversary. Everyone from my childhood is performing. They're obviously not signed to the label anymore that they were signed to back in the day. Let's pick someone like a Salt and Pepper, for instance. They go around, they sing "Push It," probably 500 times a year. Does the person who owns the publishing to Push It, do they get paid also whenever she goes around the country and performs that song?
Theoretically, yes. Yes. When I had my club, the Current Affair in Inglewood, a guy came out from ASCAP and wanted me to buy a license, because what you have to do, arenas have to buy arenas, radio stations, and nightclubs. Nightclubs kind of in and out. Let me tell you the story. You'll get it better. He was trying to get me to spend $3,500 for an annual license to play music in my nightclub. And I asked him, why do I need to do that? He said, because you play music in your nightclub and music is an attraction. I said, nobody comes here to hear anything specifically. They come here for the atmosphere. If music is in the background, why am I paying you to play it? And we kept going back and forth. So tell me, when a record company drops a record, the first person they bring it to is me, the club, to get it broke, so people can go and buy it. Now you tell me once I break the record for the artist and the record company, now I got to pay a license. I said, get the fuck out of my office. And homeboy sit there when he thought about it, he's like, I said, dude, you're talking to somebody who plays on both sides of the court. I'm a club owner and I'm an artist. I said, well, the first thing I do when I get a record, I'm taking it to the clubs. How do I make that man pay a license for me to play it later on once he helped me to break it? That's not even cool, dude. And he looked, and his mouth was open, and he left. I'll talk to my superiors. Never came back again. I never bought a license. Now for jukeboxes, they'll try and sweat you a little bit. If you got a jukebox, they'll come after you. But DJs have a big variety. And I told myself, if anybody needs to play a license overall, but you can't even, no DJs even keep track of what they play in the first place. Radio stations have to keep track of every record that's played. There is a playlist. They have to submit that playlist to BMI ASCAP every quarter or every whatever it is to make sure, a play log of what they play so that people can get paid. But it's too much these days. The variety of music is too vast to try and keep track of everything coming through. Maybe that's why they pay us crumbs. They can't keep up with the shit.
Going back to the 70s, Lonzo, I know you were, you know a lot about bootlegging in the music industry. So I've always wondered,